I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic book show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at All-Star Batman issue number 10. Who is the first ally? What is their connection to Alfred and Batman? Well, let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? Alright then, so if you're up to date on the previous arc, you'll know All-Star Batman went out of its way to focus on a bunch of different Batman villains. Well, the script gets flipped this time around in this issue as we get a nice little focus piece on Alfred. He talks about all the trials and tribulations of raising a young Master Wayne, how he was always a rebellious youth, always getting himself in trouble no matter where in the world he went. But despite his many flaws, Alfred loved him anyway. In fact, he even calls him his son in the internal monologue, which I thought was quite nice. Alfred and Batman have come to Miami on the tail of Thomas Elliot, aka the supervillain Hush. It seems Hush has come all the way to Miami in hopes of buying a Russian superweapon off the same ex-Soviet scientist that just so happened to build up KGBs. You know, it's nice to see this book has continuity with itself, even if the rest of the time and place this book inhabits is kind of up in the air. Now, as we discover, the crime families of Miami have themselves a little rule, and that is that no Gotham supervillain can get involved in any of their dealings without the pain of death being brought down upon them. It's because of that Tommy Elliot once again decided to steal Bruce Wayne's face and set up a meeting. But now with Hush captured, Bruce gets the genius idea of maybe going in undercover as himself to break up this crime ring and get back the superweapon. Only as we quickly discover, these Miami crime families aren't your regular silk-suited mafiosos. In fact, they're all descendants from the most famous pirates you can name. In fact, their leader is called Thatch after Edward Thatch, aka Blackbeard. Bruce hopes to grease the wheels of these negotiations by offering up the pirates a priceless painting, one that just so happens to be painted on the broadside of a piece of Blackbeard's famous ship, the Queen Anne's Revenge. And then the funniest thing happens. The pirate mobsters all turn their guns on Batman, saying, "Hey, you can't fool us, Tommy Elliot. We all know you're Hush and you're breaking the rules." Bruce just narrowly manages to escape getting shot to death using the painting as cover. Alfred's worst fear of Bruce going in completely undercover with no weapons and no way out having come to pass. But, you know, being the slick guy that he is, Bruce is able to escape deeper and deeper into the compound. It's there he makes a very grisly discovery, and that is the body of Thatch, who he was talking to not a moment ago, or at least who he thought he was talking to a moment ago. The body also just so happened to have its heart ritualistically and surgically removed, which is kind of a Hush move if you remember that story, Heart of Hush, but how could that possibly be? Tommy Elliott's all locked up. The only other clue at the crime scene is a very mysterious symbol etched in blood. Batman doesn't know what to make of it, but get this, Alfred actually does. In fact, he remembers it from his youth, and as we flash back once again to the opening of the comic, we find out that rebellious young man we were following around wasn't actually Bruce at all. It was a young Alfred. Yep, that's right, everybody. As the comic winds down, Alfred actually has one over on Batman when it comes to solving a mystery, as this whole thing might very well be about the butler and not the master. All-Star Batman number 10 was a really cool story and a nice little focus piece on Alfred, who really is probably the most secret weapon of the Bat family of books. When he's good, he's just great. Scott Snyder once again takes the readers on a history tour, weaving in a bunch of real pirate mythology and a lot of real architecture from Miami to help inform the story. Beyond that, it's mostly a lot of setup, but who doesn't love a nice little mystery? Overall, I feel comfortable giving this one an 8.5 out of 10. So there you go, everybody. One of the two awesome Batman books that came out this week. And while I have your attention, why not check out some of the other videos I have on offer from the channel? Want to be the first to know about all my Batman videos? Well, there's no better way to do that than to follow me on Twitter at CapeJoel, or check out some of my other social media feeds I have in the description of this very video. And lastly, if you like the video and are feeling in something of a charitable mood, might I recommend becoming a patron? Patrons get exclusive content first and before anybody else. You can do all that for as little as $1 a month, or if monthly isn't your thing, I also have a cyber tip jar where you can drop any spare chain skis. So until next time, I'm Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in another video. Bye-bye.